Tim Swain. Before we were religion, we were black. Before we were Muslim, we were black. Before we were Christian, we were black. Before we were Hebrew Israelite, we were black. We were our race first. Because our race is older than being a Hebrew Israelite. It's older than being Catholic or being Baptist. We were who we were first, right? And that's the part that we got to understand. That's who we were first. When I see an African brother or I see anybody, y'all know Ken Ghana channel, I love everybody. Who can get you with half truth, family? Ooh, that stuff is good. Gotta taste it, family. Ooh. They can get you with half truths. And this is me from an outsider looking in. And the half truth is that Babylon might be fallen. That might be true. But Babylon is everywhere.
Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Call Halayim La Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Bahashem Rakaha Kwadash. And double honor to the elders and apostles, men of great millstone. And to the rest of the brothers known down that's teaching and preaching the true doctrine of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Shalom Bayat. Shal Dawadah. And to the Akim Nakwat that's out there repenting. To you so-called Negroes. Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans whose fathers go back to one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob, Yasha Allah. Shalom to you, Mashpachah. The Shahakara was coming at you quick when you saw the clip. Hey, our people was something else. With that, but we going back to Africa, and that ain't where you from, you idiot. And then you hear that individual. Before we was in religion, we was black. Before we was Muslims, we was black. Before we was Christians, we was black. Before we was Israelites, we was black. Before you was Israelites, you wasn't shit. You wasn't nothing. You wasn't nothing. Now, I ain't finna go into the reincarnation aspect of it, but before you was Israelites, you was nothing. See? When our forefather Abraham was walking around, and it was Hamites walking around where he was at. He wasn't the same because they was the same complexion, but he wasn't the same people. He wasn't running around talking about, yeah, but see, we all black. Hey, Jake is something else, man. Talking about, before you was a Hebrew Israelite, you was black. You wasn't shit, man. You wasn't even walking in the earth, man. Unless you was during the time when you was incarnate in another incarnation before the flood. The sons of God then, before the flood. But before that, you still had to wait your time to be reincarnated back into the earth again. Which that came about when Abraham had our forefather Isaac. Isaac had our forefather Jacob, which name was changed to Yasha Allah, and he had his 12 sons. And then that's when we came back into the earth. See, so before that, we was black. No, you wasn't shit before that. You had to wait to be born, motherfucker, to be incarnated, you idiot. A lot of you Jakes is stupid as hell. They'll always be wanting to just dumb. But I want to address this right quick. I don't want to even talk about that black shit that he was on. But the second part, when he made the statement, it said, talk about Babylon. He said Babylon is everywhere. You a lie. When you go into all the times, and I'm going to go back from Nimrod, and I'm going to jump just a few scriptures. I'm just going to jump. Slakia. I'm going to jump from Nimrod to Nebuchadnezzar's time, and then I'm going to grab one pertaining to the scriptures pertaining to the end time of Babylon to Grisate, where we at right now. Just to debunk what he said, because he said Babylon is everywhere. You a lie. You a lie. I guess them whiskey shots got to your damn head or something. A lot of our people go perish, man. They create these little lame channels, and then they be getting hundreds of thousands of subscribers because our people like folly. Just like the scriptures say, folly is set in great dignity, meaning they exalt folly. And that's what our people do. You exalt folly. You go on that individual channel, he talking about we don't know why y'all even speaking to people concerning the being religious, and why you even speaking to people just through, man. Well, Yahweh Shema Shah told us to blow that trumpet before it's all over with and said and done. He told us to sound that trumpet to our people, sound out that warning, let their ass know that danger is coming, and if you don't repent, you gonna get caught in that danger. But let's go into this real quick. Let's go to Genesis, the 10th chapter. Because he said Babylon is everywhere. And throughout these times, now, it was 1,300 years between Nimrod and Nebuchadnezzar's time period. It was 1,300 years between the two. And when I'm going to read pertaining to this Nimrod right here, this was the first when the empire, when he says, when he was establishing that the Nimrod was establishing his kingdom, it was called, let's read it, Genesis 10 and verse 8. Let's start at 6. And the sons of Ham, Cush and Mizraim and Put and Canaan. These are not Israelites right here. These are not Shemitic people, but they was black. They was black. But they were Shemitic. They weren't Shemitic people though. See? And it says what? And the sons of Cush, Seba, Hivala, Sapta, and Ramah, and Septaka, and the sons of Ramah, Sheba, and Dedan. And Cush begat Nimrod. He became a mighty one in the earth. Meaning what? He became he was a mighty hunter. He came to be a mighty warrior. He was establishing his kingdom. And this what you see. Let's see what it says. Verse 9. He was a mighty hunter, meaning a warrior, meaning you could say he was established himself as a ruler, as a king. See? And it says, before Yahweh, wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod the mighty hunter before the Lord Yahweh, and the beginning of his kingdom was Babal. It says Babel, but it's Babal, and Erech, and Akkad, and Canaan, and the land of Shinar. So these, you have Babal, his kingdom, and then these are all when he was establishing his kingdom, these are these particular cities that he was establishing within the confines of his territory. See? Which wasn't no goddamn Africa either. Now, his kingdom, it went during that time, when you establish a kingdom, yeah, his vast kingdom could have went into that area also, but the beginning of it, Babal, that ain't no Africa. The land of Shinar, that ain't in Africa. See? But the point is, you see what it says right there, right? And I don't even got to read the rest of it, but I just wanted to read that right quick, dealing with that Babal. It wasn't no everywhere then. Babylon wasn't no everywhere. It's not an idea. That's what individuals think. Oh, Babylon, it's an idea. No, if you say it's everywhere, then it is an idea. It ain't no motherfucking idea. It wasn't no idea when he established his kingdom. When Nimrod established his kingdom, Babal or Babel, it wasn't no everywhere. What it said in the NLT. He built his kingdom. He built his kingdom in the land of Babylonia. With the cities of Babylon. It says what? With the cities of Babylon, Erech, Akkad, and Canaan. From there, he expanded his territory to Assyria. What did he do? He expanded his territory. You see? Because that's what people would do when they were setting up their empire. They would take over certain lands, conquer over the people. And you only do that when you start when men in military and army start looking up to you and you their ruler, you their king, you their head, and they start conquering lands, it's conquering people. That's how you would set up your empire, your kingdom. So it wasn't everywhere. See? And I just want to read that, but let's go. I'm going to jump here, though, too. Let me grab this. Now, we're going to fast forward 1,300 years later. More or less, but 1,300 years later. Now, you got so many scriptures that you can grab pertaining to Nebuchadnezzar's time, but I'm going to grab this one. 2 Kings. What I want? Let me see. Is it 24? Now, you see what it says right here. 24:1. In his days, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came up. Now, I want to go to you see Joachim, but the point is, you see what he came during the time with Zedekiah, right? But you get the point, though. But I just want to grab this right quick, right? Matter of fact, let me just go to it real quick, right? You see that? And it is so many you could go. It's like damn near 260 verses that you can go into to this. But we gonna grab this, right? And it says what? Let's start at 6. So they took the king and brought him. Let's read up a little bit. And the army of the Chaldees pursued after the king and overtook him in the plain of Jericho, talking about Zedekiah, and all his army was scattered from him. So they took the king and brought him up to the king of Babylon, to Riblah, and they gave judgment upon him, and slew the sons of Zedekiah before his eyes, and put out the eyes of Zedekiah, and bound him with fetters of brass, and carried him to Babylon. What was it to? It said to do what? And carried him to Babylon. Did they carry him everywhere? No, they carried him to a Babylon, to Nebuchadnezzar's kingdom, to a particular place where he was going to be locked up until his death. See? So, in this, I'm just reading this to show the point that Babylon wasn't everywhere then. Nimrod had his kingdom that he called that. You got Nebuchadnezzar 1,300 years later. Nebuchadnezzar got a kingdom that is called Babylon. His place. It was called Babylon. It wasn't no everywhere. And then within his Babylonian empire, he had cities and stuff within his empire. But Babylon was not everywhere. You see? Let me grab that real quick. So Jake be making these old lame ass things. You see, Babylon, yeah, but see, if Babylon go fall, yeah, it might fall true enough. But Babylon is everywhere. Just stupid, man. They're stupid. Ain't no motherfucking Babylon no damn everywhere, man. And it says what? Babel or Babylon equals confusion by mixing. It says Babylon and Babylon, the ancient site or capital of the Babylonian modern Hilla, situated on the Euphrates. Right? You see what it says. And it says what? Confusion Babal, i.e. Babylon, including Babylonia and the Babylonian Empire. So that Babylonian Empire was not everywhere. It was not all over the world. It was just where it was at. And when that thing fell, the next kingdom came into power, it wasn't called Babylon. So Babylon it's not everywhere. Now, let's grab a few of these real quick. Right. Now, before we get these final ones, let's go here right quick. When you go to 1 Peter, right? 1 Peter 5 and 13, right? When you go to 1 Peter 5 and 13. Now, when this is being spoke right here, this is during the time of the ministry of the apostles. See? And it says what? The church that is at Babylon, elected together with you, salute you, and so do Marcus, my son. Greet ye one another with a kiss of charity. Peace be with you all that are in Yahweh, Mashiach Yahweh Shah Aman. Now, verse 13, when it says the church that is at Babylon, what was this talking about? You think this was talking about the ancient Nebuchadnezzar's kingdom? No, it's not. This was talking about that first, in an allegorical sense of Rome, man. It was talking about Rome, the fourth beast. And this is why America, a.k.a. Babylon the Great, is referred to as what? It's why you think this place is referred to as the daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great. Why? Because this is that extension of that fourth beast, that fourth kingdom. The legs of iron was Rome, and the feet part of iron and part of clay is still that fourth kingdom. And we're in it right now. That's why this is called Babylon the Great, or the daughter of Babylon. See? So these places ain't no, it was so allegorically, this right here in 1 Peter 5 and 13, this was talking about Rome. Saying it's the Israelites, he says the assembly of the Israelites that was in Babylon, this time about that was in Rome. Salute the brethren. See? Now when you go into it, let's grab it real quick. And that wasn't no everywhere. It wasn't no everywhere, man. Let's grab it. And what it says, Babylon. Right? You see it's going to say the same thing. It says what? A very large and famous city, the residence of the Babylonian king situated, and you know this is talking about back then. So let's go back up. And it says what? And it says, of the territory of Babylonia, this is the point I want, allegorically of Rome as the most corrupt seat of idolatry and the enemy of the Israelites. You see? So that in 1 Peter 5 and 13, it was concerning Rome. Now, where are we at today? Where are we at today? We're in the second leg of the Roman Empire, the second and the final last leg of the Roman Empire. Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon. And it ain't no everywhere. Let's grab this. Revelations. That's what I be saying. Jake be saying some old weird ass shit and don't even know what's going on, man. Your ass, you with that old African ass shit, your ass the most I go lay your ass out. You go put your damn lights out. If you still alive when all hell break loose, you gonna be kill them Hamites gonna kill your ass. And if they don't kill you, guess what's gonna happen? You gonna be left for the destruction. Because you don't believe in Yahweh, you don't believe in this us as a people as being the Israelites, you on this black. So you gonna stay your ass black and you gonna be burnt black. You gonna be black ash, soot ass, ashy soot on the ground. Revelations 14, right? And you see what it's talking about now. Now this, when it says right here, this is talking about once we received salvation. Revelations 14:1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood upon Mount Zion, and with him 144,000. This is once we received salvation, right? Not before. Now, coming down to the point though, right? That's what this is talking about right here. So this ain't talking about during the time of the Roman Empire. This is talking about our time now. So let's go down to the point though. Verse 8. Let's start at 7. Saying with a loud voice, fear Yahweh and give glory to him. For the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters. Verse 8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. What was destroyed? AKA America was destroyed. This ain't no everywhere was destroyed. This is talking about Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed. AKA America is going to be destroyed. The great city, that whore, the daughter of Babylon, AKA America, is going to be destroyed, man. It ain't no everywhere. Babylon is everywhere. No, it ain't no everywhere. Babylon is right here where your asses should have stayed in your captivity and repented. But instead, you wanted to go and try to deliver yourself and think that you some Hamite or you some African and you going to be destroyed right along with them dogs. Let's jump over here. Revelation 16th chapter. Right? And let's come down to it. Let's jump down. Now we know what Revelation 16 chapter. It ain't talking about during the time of Rome. These are scriptures pertaining to prophecy of the future, pertaining to the final destruction that's going to come upon Babylon. Now let's go down to it though, right? And you see what it says. You see these judgments. I ain't even got to go now. You read 19, right? Now, I'm reading this for a reason because he said Babylon is everywhere. And you will have a lot of our people making dumbass statements like that. And Babylon in the dispensation of time, in these kingdoms, it was not everywhere, man. That's why I read Nimrod. It wasn't everywhere then. That's why I went to Nebuchadnezzar, just that one scripture. It could have read a bunch of them. It was not everywhere. See? And then we showing that when it was referred to allegorically pertaining to 1 Peter 5 and 13, it wasn't everywhere. It was talking about a specific place. Now we in the end time prophecy. It's a specific place. It ain't no everywhere. And what it says, Revelation 16 and 19. And the great city was divided into 3 parts, and the cities of the nations fell, and great Babylon came into remembrance before Yahweh to give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath. You see that? Where is this at? This everywhere? This Babylon is everywhere. No, this is a specific place that's going to be destroyed, and that's AKA America, man. You see? It's simple. Let's grab that Revelation 17. Now what does it say right here? It says the doom of Babylon. You see what it says in the NLT? The great prostitute, meaning the great whore. Who was that great whore? The 8th head. Rome was the 6th head that received a deadly wound when you go to Revelations, the 13th chapter. Rome was the 6th head. And then it received a deadly wound. And during the Renaissance period, that deadly wound was healed where it came back to life. Boom. That 7th head was born, which was the British Empire. America stemmed out of the British Empire. Boom. That's the 8th head. That whore that rides up on the back of the beast. See? That whore, the 8th head, that's Babylon. See? So it ain't no everywhere. And what it says, and there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. You see, over the kings of the earth. See? So it's talking about a particular place. It said the doom of Babylon. See? Let me jump down and come back up. Verse 18. And it says what? And the woman which thou sawest is that great city. It's talking about what? Babylon the Great. Which reigneth over the kings of the earth. You see? So it's talking about a place. Ain't no Babylon everywhere. See? But let me go back up to Philo. Right? Because I want to read that. And it says what? And upon her foreheads was a name written. Mystery Babylon the Great. What is the Mystery Babylon the Great? AKA America. This ain't talking about no all people. No all places. It's everywhere. But it don't say that. It didn't say everywhere was going to be raining over everywhere. The Mystery Babylon, the mother of harlots, and the abominations of the earth. You see what it says in the NLT. A mysterious name was written on her forehead. Babylon the Great, meaning who? AKA America. Mother of all prostitutes and obscenities in the world. A stanky ass whore. And this place is full of obscenities. Full of obscenities. See? So it's a place, man. See? Matter of fact, let me grab this. What you think this said? Matter of fact, what is that? Before I grab that one, do I want to get that one right quick? Yeah, we'll grab that because I'm going to jump back up too. But when it says right here, watch Revelations. Let's grab 21. Revelation 20, it says what? And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. Right? Talking about that great city, this country, a.k.a. America. Babylon the Great. It ain't everywhere. See? And it says shall be thrown down. Let's go back. Let's go to Daniel right quick before I come back. Daniel, chapter 2. And let's go down around 35. Let's start at, let me see. Let's start at 33. Daniel 2 and 33. His legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay. The legs of iron was wrong. His feet part of iron and part of clay is who? We in there right now. Well, you Jake should have kept your ass at and going through the finish your punishment, and then been repenting in the process, and then you would have been saved out of it. But you tried to deliver yourself, therefore you gonna be annihilated in that same place where you at. Thou shalt, what he says, thou sawest till a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet, that were of iron and clay, and break them to pieces. Who was that stone cut out without hands? Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like a chaff of a summer threshing floor. And the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them, and the stone that smote the image of became a great mountain and filled all the world. This is talking about the kingdom of Yahweh Shemel Shai that's going to be established after Babylon the Great is destroyed. And there's going to be other places that's going to be hit too. But Babylon the Great is in one place. It ain't everywhere. Oh, Babylon the Great is Africa. And Babylon the Great is China. And it's Russia. No, Babylon the Great is America, man. It ain't no damn everywhere. See, but let's go back to Revelation, the 18th chapter. Right? And let's go back up. And it says what? Babylon is fallen. Once again, going to the same thing as said in Revelations, the 16th chapter, Revelation 14th chapter, going into the ones in Revelation 17th chapter. But what is it talking about? Babylon is falling. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having the power, having great power, and the earth was lighted with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit in the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. What is it talking about? It's prophesying about this place going to be destroyed. It's been destroyed. It's going to be destroyed. And it's going to become the place of desert creatures. Because it's going to be utterly annihilated, right? That's what this is talking about. See? The home of Komodo dragons. You go get this same thing is in Isaiah the 13th chapter. And so on and so forth. And also in Jeremiah 2. See? But let's jump down though. You see? So where is this place at right here that is describing? This is describing America. But you have interviews say no, but it don't say America. It don't say America. It's black people there too. It's black people everywhere. Just dumb, man. Just dumb. But these people supposed to be so smart. So fucking smart. And it says what? What it says, let's start at 9. Revelations 18 and 9. See? So the things that I'm reading, I'm just showing and pointing out that Babylon ain't no motherfucking everywhere. It's one place. During the time of Nimrod, it was one place. During the time of Nebuchadnezzar, it's one place. And then Rome wasn't even called Babylon, but allegorically speaking, it was. But now, we're in the second leg of the Roman Empire, and guess why this place is called Babylon the Great? Why? See? And it says what? And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her. Bewail her. Who? That whore. Babylon the Great. the mother of harlots, the abominations of the earth, that eight head, that whore, that ride upon the back of the beast, and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off, standing far off for fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Wait a minute, is this talking about everywhere? This ain't talking about no area, it's talking about one specific place, man. AKA America. So except you Israelites repent and watch what the fuck you doing and do the things that's pleasing to Yahweh Shemi Shah, you are going to be annihilated. Your flesh is going to be melted into the concrete that's also going to be melted. Do you know the heat of nuclear weapons? Don't you know that shit melts concrete? When fire touches something, it breaks it down to its original element, which is liquid. See, so you people are through, man. Running around talking about Babylon is everywhere. You niggas is something else, man. But I'm gonna end it off there. Giving all honor and praise and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Ba'Hashem Rakah Ha Kodash. Shalom Yasharallah.